She left me for the excitement, then begged to come back after I finally let go. It feels strange, honestly. I never thought I'd be in a situation where I had to share something like this. But here I am. There's no easy way to explain it. So let's just go back to where it all began. I was with Sonia for almost 2 years. I thought we were solid. We met in college, and over time, we built everything from scratch. Cheap dates, late night phone calls, and dreaming about where we'd be by 30. She was my person. We were each other's safe spaces. I thought I was doing everything right. I supported her, cared for her, and stood by her side through everything. We even talked about our future, and I had big plans for us. I thought we were in it for the long haul. But then, something changed. Slowly at first, but it was undeniable. One day she told me she was feeling unhappy. Not with me, but with life. She said she felt stuck. The calm, predictable life we had wasn't enough anymore. She wanted something more. She wanted excitement. She wanted spontaneity. She wanted to find herself. I was surprised and hurt, but I didn't ask if there was someone else. She swore there wasn't. I believed her. I didn't want to hold her back, so I let her go. I thought that was what love was, letting someone figure things out on their own. 2 weeks later, she posted a picture on Instagram. It was of her at the beach with some guy. He was tatted up, shirtless, holding a bottle, looking carefree. And the caption? She's my kind of crazy. My stomach dropped. I wasn't angry, I wasn't even sad. I was just numb. It hit me like a slap in the face. She didn't want me anymore. It wasn't about finding herself, it was about finding someone else. She just didn't want me. I didn't message her. I didn't block her either. I just disappeared. I left her world. I left everything we had built together. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to confront her. I just had to walk away. Fast forward a year. I was doing better. I threw myself into the gym, got a new job, made new friends. I started dating again. Not seriously, but I smiled more. I felt lighter. I wasn't afraid to be myself anymore. I wasn't afraid to pick up my phone and not expect the worst. Then, out of nowhere, I get a message from her. I stared at the screen for a second before opening it. "Hey, I don't even know how to say this," she wrote. "I miss you. He wasn't what I thought he was. You were the best thing I ever had, and I threw it away. I'd do anything to go back." She poured out her apologies. She told me how much she regretted what she did, how she had taken me for granted, how everything exciting turns toxic eventually. She asked me if we could talk, maybe start slow, see if we could fix things. I sat there reading her message. I felt the weight of her words, and for a split second, I thought maybe we could make it work. But then I remembered how I felt when she walked away, how I felt when she ignored me and brushed me aside for someone else. I remembered the pain of hearing her talk about her past relationships when I should have been her priority. I didn't reply. I wanted to. I wanted to ask her why she couldn't have treated me with the same respect when it mattered. But instead, I stayed silent. The next day, I bumped into her. She apologized again, told me she understood how wrong she had been. She even admitted she didn't know why she didn't look at me while they were talking about her ex. She said she didn't realize how hurtful it was for me to hear those things. And then came the ultimate test. She asked me if I was okay with her going on a weekend trip to Maui with the same group of friends who had made me feel invisible. I was shocked. I thought, how could she still not see the problem here? It was like she wasn't even aware of how her actions were affecting me. It was as if everything I had felt, Everything I had told her didn't really matter. She wanted me to just trust her and go back to how things were. But I couldn't. Not anymore. So we argued, and she gave me an ultimatum. Either you come stay the night with me or this is over. It was a breaking point for me. I stayed the night, but everything felt off. The dynamic between us had shifted in a way I couldn't ignore. When I tried to talk about how uncomfortable I was with everything, how I felt left out, ignored, and humiliated, she blamed me for not saying it was okay. She said she didn't know what more she could do to make things right. She blamed me for walking away from a conversation, yet when I stayed, I was left to hear about her past love life, as if I wasn't even there. A few days later, I ended things. I didn't want to. I still had feelings for her, but I knew it wasn't right. She wasn't treating me the way I deserved to be treated. I wasn't perfect, but I was trying. And all I wanted was for her to show me that she was willing to try too. But she wasn't. And I couldn't keep sacrificing my peace for someone who didn't seem to care about it. A week went by. She kept messaging me, saying how much she missed me, how she couldn't believe we were really done. It was like she was trying to guilt me into coming back, but my heart was no longer in it. I couldn't keep doing this to myself. It wasn't even about the other guy anymore. It was about how she couldn't see me, how she couldn't see what I was going through, what I was feeling, how she never took my feelings into consideration when she made her decisions. Eventually, after all the back and forth, I ended things for good. I told her I needed space. I needed time to figure things out on my own. She called me that night. We both cried. She told me how much she loved me, but it didn't matter anymore. The truth was, I had finally realized that I deserve someone who will stand by me, who will listen when I say I feel hurt, and who will make me a priority, not a backup. It's been a few months since we ended things, and I still think about her sometimes. I think about the good times we had, the way I felt when we were together. But I also know that I can't go back to that person I was when I was with her. The person who let things slide. The person who believed that love was enough, even when I wasn't treated with the respect I deserved. I made the right decision. It doesn't feel like it all the time, but it was the right one. And I'll never forget how much strength it took to finally let go. Reflection on the consequences. Sometimes you need to walk away from something to realize that you can breathe again. You can heal. You can rebuild your life. It doesn't matter how hard it is. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to know your worth, because you deserve better than someone who doesn't appreciate what they have until it's gone. It's painful, but it's worth it.